Okay, so this video is a tutorial on how to make a dungeon with Excel. And the final product is going to be what you see in front of you. So let's get into it. Launch Excel and open up a blank workbook. And the first thing we want to do is to make our graph paper. And I'm going to accomplish this by making all the cells squares. So use Command A or Control A, select all the cells, and then just go to the A column and resize it. And I'm just going to eyeball this. And as you can see, when I resize the A column, because I had all the columns selected, it resized all of them, and I've got graph paper. And leaving all the cells selected, I'm going to create my background color. So I go to Fill and choose light blue. I'm also going to make sure that the borders are not set as well. Okay, so now the way I draw my corridors and rooms is by selecting cells and changing the fill to no fill. So let's do it. So I'm going to make a corridor here that's 100 feet long, and so I select it and choose no fill. And while I'm at it, let me also I want there to be a background grid, and I want the background grid to be the lightest line weight possible. So I go to line style and select that. And oops. And then I also want the grid to also be light blue. What happened there? And let's see. And then select all borders. Okay, so I think I have light blue background grid lines. Let's make the other corridor. And we'll create some rooms. And it looks like the grid color changed on me, so let me fix that. And we're almost done with the corridors here. I want a quarter going off to the side. I think I want this 70 feet long. And a little room right here. Okay, so, all right, so things are we're making progress here. But the next thing I want to do is I want to divide this large rectangular area at the bottom into smaller rooms. So I need to be able to draw walls. And the tool I'm going to use to do that is right here, draw border. But before I do that, let's make sure, I want the weight to be thicker, so I'm going to choose the thickest line possible. And let's just draw those walls in. And I'm also going to draw a wall along the top here. Oops, okay, nice. Okay, I think we're ready for doors now. So the way to create a door is to insert a rectangle. And so we go into Insert, Shape, Rectangle. And I just draw a rectangle in. And I want there to be no fill. And I want the line color to match. And now let's zoom in. Let me show you a way to zoom in even more than 200%. You can select an area and select the zoom selection, and that gives you 400% zoom, which is the most I've been able to get. And there we go. So the door has been positioned. I want to make the line weight of the door a little thicker. Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then I want a door on the other corridor as well. And a quick way to do that is to Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and then just move the copy over and into position. And I'm going to copy and paste again. And I'm going to rotate this one 90 degrees and use this for the false door. Okay. And then I want some larger doors for these 3 rooms in the bottom. So once again, I'll insert a shape rectangle. No fill. And we'll just move it in this place. Copy and paste it. And move that one into place. And copy and paste again. Okay, and I'd also like to create a secret door. And I'm going to use the rectangle tool for that as well. I'm using the fact that I can type text into a rectangle. So insert shape rectangle. And inside the rectangle, I type an S. And so I don't want there to be any outline. I don't want there to be any fill. Well, I switch over to the home page and I can make the S bigger. And this is also where I can change the color of the S. And then rotate it 90 degrees. I got a little problem with clipping, but I can solve that by making the rectangle bigger. And then finally, let's move it into place. Good. Okay, what do we need to do now? Let's do the pit trap. I'm going to insert lines to make the pit trap. So insert, oh, and before I do this, let's zoom in. View, zoom to selection. Great. Now we go to insert. Just draw that line. We can play around with the width of the line here. 1.5 is probably good. And the color's not right. Looks like I can choose that here. Okay. And do it again. Insert, shape, line. Fix the width. And fix the color. Okay, now let's do diagonal lines. Insert, shape, line again. And one more time. Okay, so I always like to zoom out to make sure it looks good because Excel does some strange things at 400% magnification. Doesn't look too bad, but it's a little bit cockeyed. Let's zoom back in and try to fix that. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so we've got most of our dungeon features. The only one that's missing is the stairs. And I'm going to use a triangle and the pattern feature to create those. So let's go to Insert, Shape, Triangle, and insert a triangle. And we choose the pattern fill. And make sure the color's right. Go to foreground. And turn off the outline. Okay, and that's actually upside down, but I can just rotate it easily enough. And I can copy it to make the other set of stairs, but I want these going the other way, so I'll rotate again. Okay, great. All right, so now I want to put the room letters in. And one way you could do that is by typing in the cells, but that prevents me from putting the letter exactly centered in the room. And also, if I want to make the letter bigger, it will throw my grid off. So what I'll actually do is insert rectangles and type in the rectangles instead. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I've created a rectangle. I've typed the letter A in it. Let's turn off the fill, turn off the outline, switch over to the Home tab, and make sure the letter color is what we want. And let's make the letter a little bigger. I'm going to make it 18-point bold. And we can make this rectangle a little smaller. And then last, move the thing into place. Okay, great. Okay, so let's see here. I've got all my dungeon features, and my rooms are lettered. And the last thing I could do is just, if I wanted to actually key the rooms directly on the map, I can just do that again by inserting rectangles and writing text. Let's mark where the start of the dungeon is. So insert a rectangle near the top. It's going to be a little bit bigger this time. And no fill, no outline. And I'm going to make the point size a little bit smaller. And I'm not going to make it bold. And let's move that a little closer. Right. So there's the start. And I won't fully key in this dungeon, but let's just key in one room. Say room D. Insert a rectangle. Let's give ourselves lots of room here. Turn off the fill and the outline. And let's make sure this is the right point size. Yeah, let's make it 14. Okay. And that's about it. Okay, and then the question is, how do you get your final image? And I think the best thing to do is just to make a screenshot, which on a Mac you can do with Command-Shift-3. And that's it. You're done.